What legal grounds are required for divorce? Imagine a marriage ending and wondering what reasons the law accepts to make that happen. Every place has its own rules, but some common themes apply everywhere. Let's explore what grounds are needed to legally end a marriage. Most states now allow no-fault divorce, which means neither spouse has to prove wrongdoing. The most common reason here is irreconcilable differences. That simply means the couple cannot get along anymore, and the marriage has broken down beyond repair. Another no-fault reason is incompatibility or irretrievable breakdown, which is just a fancy way of saying the marriage cannot be saved. Some states also requiring spouses to live apart for a certain period, like 6 months or a year, before they can get a divorce. No-fault divorces tend to be quicker, less expensive, and less stressful because they don't involve proving who is at fault. Fault-based grounds are different. In these cases, one spouse claims the other caused the marriage to fail through specific misconduct. Common fault reasons include adultery, where one spouse has had an affair. Cruelty or extreme cruelty involves physical or mental abuse that causes serious harm. Desertion or abandonment happens when one spouse leaves the other with the intent to end the marriage and stays away for a continuous period, like a year. Bigamy is when one spouse was already married to someone else at the time of the marriage. Mental incapacity or incurable mental illness means one spouse was mentally unable to understand or consent at the time of marriage or suffers from a permanent mental disorder. Impotence at the time of marriage refers to being unable to have sexual relations, which can be a reason for fault. Criminal conviction and imprisonment can also be grounds if a spouse is sentenced to a certain time in prison, usually over a year. Fraud or force involves tricking or coercing someone into marriage. Substance addiction, like drug or alcohol abuse, can also be a reason if it affects the marriage seriously. In fault divorces, the spouse filing for divorce needs to show proof of the misconduct. This can involve providing evidence like police reports, medical records, or witness statements. The choice between fault and no-fault grounds can influence how the divorce process unfolds, including how assets are divided and custody decisions are made. Fault-based divorces can sometimes make things more contentious, especially if accusations are involved, while no-fault divorces tend to be more straightforward. Knowing the specific laws in your area is important because the types of grounds and how they are proven can vary. But generally, the law recognizes either the marriage's irreparable breakdown without blame or misconduct by one spouse that justifies ending the marriage.